Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Overflow. So this video is a bit different from the usual videos that I post. This is about improving your coding skills and confidence. I will discuss about few of the excellent ways that you can use to improve your coding skills and your confidence in coding. In this video, we'll also look at those steps, and this will be beneficial for both a professional or maybe a person who is trying to shift to coding experience or shift to a software engineering job or trying to start from a complete newbie or a student studying about software engineering or a student studying with computer science. This video is all about them. You can learn about few of the excellent ways that you can use in your life to just improve your coding skills. This is also improve your confidence as well. So without wasting any time, let's see what are those steps that you can follow. Okay, the first one that you should do is something that you should must follow this step. Okay, you there's no alternative to the first step that I will tell you. There's nothing you can do as an alternative to this step. You should do this, and you should do this with hard work. Okay, so the first step is basically practice. Practice, more practice, and more practice. There's no alternative to practice. You need to do a lot of practice to actually gain some confidence. Without practice, confidence is not something that's gonna you're gonna achieve. Okay, firstly you need to build your own confidence in your own abilities, and you can do that with practice. You can only go so far following along the tutorials online. You can build something to improve your coding skills. Following these tutorials cannot give you that confidence. You can just build something with those tutorials, or you can say learn something, but with practice you can actually get a good grip on your subjects, on your coding, or get a good confidence level, and just you can just boost your confidence level to the max. Okay, in many professional settings, you don't want to reinvent the wheel, but it can be helpful for a learning exercise. For practice and coding experiences, there's a hashtag that goes all over the world is 100 days of code. Take part in it. Do research what 100 days of code is. This is basically doing daily coding and sharing your coding steps that you did in that day with the world, maybe on Twitter, maybe on some other platform. So just research of 100 days of code. You will learn more about that. And you may take part in 100 days of code, and this would be a great success step. Okay, if you just do 100 days continuous coding and without a day skip or without missing any day, then you will have an immense knowledge. You cannot believe how much you can achieve after just doing 100 days continuous coding. Okay, so this will be an excellent step towards improving your confidence. Don't feel obligated to finishing your practice project. If you have failed, you have learned that you wanted to. Things can get boring if your goal of learning a particular thing has already been accomplished. So that's how practice can help you. Even if you fail, or if you just can't achieve something, there's no problem. Do that again, try hard, and practice more. So failing fast and often can never stop you if you just take up some target to fulfill. Moving on to a sub part of it on, this is something you can take part in. This is competitive coding. There are many platforms where you can practice competitive coding. So competitive coding usually strengthens your skills in data structure, algorithms, and the basic thinking process that you come along when you uh, face a problem or you face a coding problem. So competitive coding can help you in that manner. Take part in coding challenges. Take part. There are many good competitive coding sites. You can take as an example CodeChef. You can go over LeetCode. You can go over HackerArt, HackerRank, and there's a numerous others. Just search over Google, you can find a lot of websites for competitive coding practices. Okay, do competitive coding. This helps you in building the your speed, right? Your thinking process, your way of attacking a problem that you're facing in your question. It helps you to think of the loopholes that the bugs that can be created. So those thinking processes and that confidence level after solving those typical thinking processes can be improved by competitive coding. This is the additional one. You can work on it, but doing 100 days of code is definitely a lot of helpful in many people's life, in most of the people's life. Moving on to the second important thing is create your own project. And by meaning I mean create your own project is that you, while practicing or while doing 100 days of code, you can come up with something like building a website, building a web app, or you can build a mobile application, or you can build a Ruby gem, or a similar products, or you can work on some backend stuff if you just like database. Do something. Whatever you are doing, whatever you are working on a project, you create projects. Don't leave it with some bugs and stuff. Just complete the project. Don't leave any project in between. So completing a single project would give you some confidence that you, yes, you can do that. You can definitely come up and solve that. You know what are the struggles you faced while doing a project or while creating a project. Come up with some ideas. If you haven't released it, then what is the meaning of creating the project? So after creating a project, you should release your project. How? I mean, if you are doing some maybe a web app or an Android app, that's the things that you can build. You just host it. Yeah, if it's a web app, then host it. Go over to some, take some free hostings. You can use. There are many free hosting. You can use Netlify. You can use Heroku. You can use GitHub, and many more options to host your websites. Okay, there can be if you're doing some iOS application or if you're building some Android application, go over to Play Store or go over to App Store and publish your app. Doesn't matter how childish your app is or how uh, useless your app is. There's no problem in publishing that. Doesn't matter if people are using it or not. How will it help you? Do you know? Once you publish your app or once you host your website, you got two three things in addition that adds to your confidence. What are those? If you are publishing a website, you are doing something with the URL, or you are doing something with this hosting, you are learning its the processes related to its uh, exact HTTP, HTTPS server problem. I mean, security of your website. There's other stuffs that come across when you're hosting it. You are getting used to with the server. Like if you're just a front end developer, then doing having a bit knowledge of the back end also helps you in confidence that there isn't any place that you don't know. Okay, it's impossible to know the 100% of everything, but you can at least know some parts of it. You are not going for, maybe you are not going for a full-time backend hosting student or a database administrator, but you, if you are a front end developer too, you can just showcase your projects. You can just showcase your well built designed websites or maybe stuffs like that. Okay, so that way how it will help you, it will just help you in another way when you are appearing for some interview, or when you're when someone asks you that can you show me anything that you did in your life, then you can definitely show them. You don't need to show them some lines of code. You can show them how the thing works. So that creates a perspective in the viewer's mind. Viewer can connect to it. Viewer can understand, the person whom you are showing the thing can understand, can actually relate to it in real world. It's not something you are showing some abstract concepts and the viewer is like, okay, he got to understand something, and the next moment he would forget. But when you show the person something, the person would remember the concepts or remember you on a bit longer time. So there's definitely necessary to release your projects, to just host your projects, or maybe to publish your projects. There's no problem if that's not a good one. There's no problem if that's not a high-ended or some well-built or some project built with some huge business aspects. No problem. You can just build and publish website or publish release that projects, right? That would help you. That would really help you in life, in interviews, or in explaining people what you do. And ultimately this would increase your confidence level. When you host a number of websites, that increases your confidence level. You just become confident that, hey, I know how to do that. I did it at least once. I did it. You got that confidence that, yes, I can do it, right? Moving on to the third case. The third case, or the third tip that you can use, is contribute to GitHub. Yes, as a software developer or a person involving, or a student of computer science, or someone working in the field of computer science or software development, or developer role, right? Working with the role of developer, uh, should work on contributing to GitHub. Yes, this is a important step. There is a challenge called Keep GitHub Green, or you can find this kind of challenges or this kind of stuff where you are asked to contribute to GitHub on a regular basis. Okay, so what happens when you when a recruiter sees your GitHub profile, that, hey, this man is a continuous player, right? So that helps you get a higher stance in the mind of the recruiter. The recruiter got to know that you are a bit good student, or you are a continuous player. You are not someone who left the job in between. You are not someone who just quit just because he couldn't finish it, or he couldn't do it, or he is not someone who will just leave, or he is someone whom he can the interviewer or the recruiter can trust on, that he will finish it and he is a regular player, right? Contributing on GitHub is necessary. That's definitely one of the most necessary steps, is to contribute to GitHub. Additionally, just contributing to self repositories on GitHub, isn't enough, you can do something more on GitHub too. By contributing to GitHub, you can just contribute to other open source projects on GitHub, and that can be a great way to get some additional experience and confidence. How? So you can learn from others' code. If you just go over some of the open source GitHub libraries, there's almost all the libraries that is open source is hosted on GitHub. I'll just name few. If you are known React.js, okay, this is a JavaScript library. If you know of that, just go over GitHub and search React.js. You can find the exact, like the whole package is there on GitHub. And exactly what's new, the new update or the beta updates that are released would be released on GitHub. So those are the things you can get, right? You can go over to see how the person who built React or the person who built Mozilla or Firefox, so how they built it. You can just look into that, right? You can see others' code. You can see how they're doing. You can give them feedbacks or learn from the comment feedbacks that they have on their codes. Like others have commented on those, others have found out some mistakes, others have found some bugs and how they fix those bugs. So learning through others mistakes is definitely a great step to learn or to increase your confidence level. Okay, there's no problem, find out any GitHub repository that you think is suited for you or work on that. There's not necessarily it needs to be a high ended or it needs to be a completely beginners. There's not a limit to that. Find out anything that suits you and work on it. So your contribution don't even have to be in code. You can modify a wiki or update the documentation. Okay, so this shows you understand the coding skills, or this shows your understanding of those coding skills, and this shows how you can articulate how the use of them. You can actually use them. That shows your stuff, right? So anyone going through your GitHub and seeing that, hey, this person contributes to a lot of GitHub repository throughout the year, this means this person is used to with the coding culture. This person is have the knowledge of understanding others code, or have the knowledge of go like knows how to use code. Okay, these are the stuff that shows when you contribute to GitHub on a regular basis, and ultimately this builds your confidence. That you are confident from inside that you can do it. You can, whatever comes in the step, you can break through it. Okay, moving on. So the next thing, the fourth important tip that you can use is become a part of some coding community. Okay, become a part of some coding community. If you just look into some of the stuffs, like there can be some of the coding community. If you're a student, just look for the tech club in your college, or maybe there are some other clubs. I will discuss a moment later. So you can just look into those clubs, become a part of those communities, see how your fellow students are doing it, how others are doing it, how are they approaching to a problem, right? How are they solving the problem? So becoming a part of this community lets you understand those, right? You get to know how like the fellow students, the person who are the same knowledge, like at the same level of understanding like you, how are they becoming, how are they approaching to the problem? So that opens up your mind and builds a confidence level in you. If you are not a student, okay, if you're not a student, then also there are some coding clubs, like coding communities. Maybe if I name one, so there's a GDG is one. GDG is uh, Google Developers Group, or this kind of developers group, or maybe Facebook Developers Group. Just look for those, search for those developer group in your city, or in your city, how you can contribute to them. There's one called Free Code Camp. There you can if find out some groups to discuss your doubts. Just look for the search on the YouTube, Google, like how you can become a part of some coding community. So becoming a part of this coding community lets you keep updated, right? So what's the current thing everyone is discussing about? What's the stuff that going to come up next? Maybe you were just working with a topic A. Say you were just working with some topic X, and you just went to some coding community or some discussed with some community and found out that topic X is a bit obsolete and there's no one currently going to use that, right? If you just like it's going obsolete or it's going some old stuff, right? Then and you figured out there's some topic E or topic F that you need to study. So you found out that you found a perfect way that you should follow, right? You found the steps that you should follow, and this builds your confidence that hey, I know that this is this, if something is going to obsolete, then you know what you should do, what others are talking about, what others are saying, what they should do. So becoming part of some coding community helps you in this manners. Moving on, if you are a student, so there are some prestigious coding communities or some prestigious communities that should be in your campus, or if they are not present in your campus, make sure you go ahead and apply for those and bring them to your campus. If there are already some those stuff in your campus, then you can just work on be a part of them, or approach them, learn from them, and do stuff and make you increase your confidence and increase your skills from them. Okay, so the first one that I am a part of is the Microsoft Learn Students Ambassador. So this Learn Students Ambassador are basically helps like are the campus leaders. Okay, they would help you in every possible manner, and they'll just help you. Go ahead, reach out to them, ask them what's other stuff you just want to discuss. Discuss with them your queries, discuss with them your problems that you faced. Maybe the last day you faced some problem. Ask them; they'll just help you out. And there's another community that you can be a part of is Developer Students Club. This is a club, not a proper community. Just go ahead, search if there's any developer students club or dsc in your campus or not. If there's nothing in your campus, then you can just go ahead and apply for that. Apply for becoming a developer students club lead or become a Microsoft Launch student ambassador. You can just apply for them, and this they will just take you off if there's no club or no student ambassadors in the campus, right? So this is the way you can develop your confidence and skills while being a student, right? Moving on to the next one. So the next one is you should go ahead and give a talk. Okay, share a personal experience in this. I have given a lot of talks or given talks in some of the meetups, and I have trained in some of the corporate settings and uh, just tried to make some tutorials or make some good talks in that manner. So there's something I should share in this manner. So this is every time I have felt I am a little scared or a little inadequate to the task, or maybe I feel like the other person who are listening to are much. I know that they are much uh, educated than me. They have a much more knowledge than me, right? So the person in the listening page have a huge. I have the idea that they have much higher knowledge. So there were some of the professional settings and listening to my talks, and at times I found some of those senior developers are there listening to my talks, right? And I felt a bit scared. That's obvious. I have felt scared. I felt inadequate in the task. But almost every time I have done it and put myself there, I found that my feelings of inadequacy were unjustified. I felt confident. Like after the talk, I know that hey, there were people from such and such big houses, and they were listening to me. So that makes me think I am capable. I will be capable. I can become a more stronger player. I can do that. This is the confidence that comes up when you just pick up or give a talk in front of a large audience or in small meetups maybe. Also, after giving a talk, even on something like what I learned from trying out this and this framework or this and this language, or maybe I gave a recent talks like what I learned from trying out Python. Okay, so was the talk that I gave, and this was, you can understand, this was not something a totally high-ended talk that would give everyone a lot of knowledge, but I gained confidence. I found that there a lot of people were less experienced. You never know. You just gained how much experience until you compare or until you show it up to others, right? Until you find yourself in a place to judge yourself, right? Until you judge yourself, you never know how experienced you are or how experience you have gained. So once you give a talk, and maybe some of the not so high-ended topic, you gain some confidence. You got to know that yes, you can do that, right? Then you think of that stuff, that why are people listening to you? Why are those much educated people listening to you? They're in the first place listening to you, right? So you have done something that they haven't. That's the reason they are listening to you. Keep this in mind. So you have just become an instant expert and valuable resource to them, right? Keep these things in mind. So that's the reason they are listening to your talk in a meetup. Okay, so this should help you building your confidence. Moving on to the last one is talk to everyone. Why I'm telling you to talk to everyone, when you actually talk to people around about their experiences with coding or their stuff they did with coding or what are they're currently doing on, so you'll soon find out that they have the same feeling of doubt and inadequacy. So you'll not find yourself alone. You'll find yourself in a group. You'll find yourself of similar qualities of people. You'll find yourself a good competition to work on. You'll find yourself that I am not alone. There are many more struggling with that particular thing or the thing you were just struggling with. You just talk to them, just talk with people around you, and this would help you. Just knowing you are not alone can give you confidence to move forward in your development career. Okay, so that's all for today's video, guys. I hope this made you gain a lot of confidence in your work, and I'm sure this have given you a new boost. Take part in 100 days of code. Take part in keeping your GitHub green. Take part in local meetups. Yeah, I didn't mention about meetups. So meetups are basically, you just look ahead. There's a website called meetup.com and find out the local meetups around coding topics or development related topics that are happening in your area or in your locality. Right, that's how you can find out where a local meetup is happening. Right, so that's how this can help you that meetups. So just to remind you, you just go ahead and take part in 100 days of code. Go ahead and contribute to GitHub to a large extent. Go ahead and publish your code, or go ahead and release your uh, release the stuff you built, maybe a web app or Android app or iOS app or something like that. Whatever you built, you just release it, showcase it to people, and then take part in the communities. Look how your peers, how your students of your similar age group, how are they doing. Take part in competitive coding. This builds your thinking process. Take part in giving a talks at meetups. Give a talk. How simple it is. Go ahead, face the audience, be on the stage and lead. Right, that gains lets you gain confidence. And lastly, talk to everyone around you who are there in this complete coding or coding culture, so you not feel yourself alone. You'll just feel yourself in an environment where everyone is struggling. There's no one who knows 100%, but there's at least one person who knows a particular topic in depth. Right, so that's how you gain confidence. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope this video made you understand how you can work on this, how you can work on getting more confident in your coding. Right, I hope this video helped you to improve your coding skills and the confidence. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope to see you soon in my next video.